Federal public servants will soon be required to spend more time in the office, and the president of their union describing the conditions inside the buildings as, quote, horrendous. She joins us now, Sharon DeSousa, national president of the Public Service Alliance of Canada. Sharon, thank you for being here. Let's start with this, too. You know, we heard from the federal government about this increased mandate up to 4 days a week for many of your members, too, up to 5 days a week for others. Your thoughts, though, as we hear about the conditions of the building, though, too, and what this is going to mean for your members having to go back even more?
Well, what I can tell you is currently we're in collective bargaining, which means that our members' working conditions are frozen. The government of Canada cannot arbitrarily impose changes to their working conditions. And here we are with the government mandating them to come in 4 days a week when we know 3 days a week doesn't work. In fact, according to the government's own database, over 1,000 buildings are in poor conditions, which means it's going to cost them more taxpayers' money to either bring them up to code or to invest in signing more leaseholds.
And to just give viewers a sense, too, that at least we've heard about, we've heard about mice, we've heard about bats, we've heard about a number of animals, too, as well. But is there enough space to accommodate all of the workers at 4 days a week?
No, definitely not. It's not working now with 3 days in office. And so the question is, what is their plan? And also, I'd like to point out, the government ran on a platform that they wanted cost savings. This is going to cost more money.
To be able to do that. Now, again, what about legal action in particular? Understand, I was watching your interview earlier this morning, too. Have you filed any legal action yet as a result of this decision, too, or are you planning to?
Well, I can tell you within less than 24 hours notice, we did in fact file 5 unfair labor practices. As I mentioned previously, we're currently in collective bargaining, and the government cannot change arbitrarily our members' working conditions.
I know that, at least at this point, and I understand some of the conditions and some of your concerns, but this is happening generally. We're watching Canada's biggest banks mandating the return to work for workers. Some of the biggest companies in this country are mandating workers back to, back into the office 4 or at least 5 days a week. What's your response to that the public service should follow suit along with what's happening with private companies?
Well, we're not a private company, we're a government, and our role is to provide service to those who reside in Canada. The government ran on a platform that it wanted cost savings. In fact, it's issued over 10,000 workforce adjustment notification to our members who deliver services. And that means cost cuts. So it doesn't make sense for a government who knows remote work actually saves money. It's $6 billion that it would save to go ahead to bring people back in when we know that they're not going to be as productive as if they were working remotely.
Sharon DeSousa, national president of the Public Service Alliance of Canada. Thank you for your time today. Appreciate this.
My pleasure.